Andrew Marble, to his coy mistress. How we both worth an oath and time. This kindness, lady, we are no crime. We will sit down and think which way to walk and pass our long love's day. So by the Indian Gange side, should rubies find, I be the type of Humber, will complain. I will love you 10 years before the flu, and you should, if you please, refuse till the conversion of the Jews. My vegetable, love should grow, faster than price and more slow, and 100 years should we go to praise. Thank ye eyes, and on the forehead gaze, 200 to adore each breast, but 30,000 to rest, an age at least to every part, and the last age should show your heart. For a lady you deserve this state, nor will I lower it, but at my back I always hear time winds chariot hurrying near, and yonder all before us lie, deserts of vast eternity. Thy beauty should no more be found, nor in the marble vault should sound my echoing sound. Then worms should try that long preserved virginity, and your quaint honor turn to dust, and into ashes all my lust. The graves as fine and private place, but now I think do their embrace. Now therefore, while the youthful hue sits on the skin like morning dew, and while the willing soul transpires at every pore with instant fires, now let us support us while we may, and now like amorous birds of prey, rated at once our time devour, then languish in his slow chap power. Let us roll all our strength and all our sweetness up into one bowl, and tear our pleasures with raw strife through the iron gates of life. Thus, though we cannot make our son stand still, yet we'll make him run. The literary devices used in the poems are the logic argument. The logic argument is the use of clever structured thoughts in a poem. This poem uses logical arguments by presenting, if we had all the time in the world, we would do things slow and tender, but we don't have all the time in the world, so we should do things fast and with passion. That is the way that the poem is divided, presenting a logic argument. This device helps the author to be more easily understood on his message by presenting his idea with logic. The other literary device is the carpe diem theme. The carpe diem is the Latin concept that literally means seize the day, or in other words, make the most of life's opportunities while you can. The author used carpe diem theme to conclude his poem in the part where he says that they don't have all the time in the world, so they should love fast and with burning passion. Here we use carpe diem to complete his logical argument and give a conclusion to his poem. There are other literary devices are iambic tetrameter. The poem uses iambic tetrameter as meter. This means that he has 4 lamps, and iamb is a group of one stressed and unstressed syllable. This literary device is used to make the poem more beautiful, aesthetic, giving it a better sound when it's read out loud. This helps the author to give his poem a stranger, more beautiful tone. The 3 elements of style used in this poem is 1. The tone. The poem begins with a very romantic and tender tone. It helps to do description of going slow and loving. Then the tone is of urgency. The author starts talking of death and doing things fast. Finally, the poem uses a tone of passion, with the way the author says they should love each other. This helps define each part of the logical album in the poem. The other element is the subject. The subject is importance of loving fast. One subject of the poem is the author explaining why loving needs to be done fast and with passion. He explains that loving slowly, that being coy and shy doesn't work because time passes fast. This helps to shape the poem because it builds the logical argument it has. The other element is the diction. The author uses some unfamiliar words, but the poem is still easy to understand. He uses a lot of imagery, wordplay, and gives room to imagination as he doesn't give many details. It gives chance to imagine the possibilities and the meanings of what he says. The way he writes in his poem is kind of melodic. This helps to make the poem enjoyable. The other poem that I'm going to read is of Christopher Marlowe, and the name is The Passionate Shepherd to His Love. Come lie with me and be my love, and we will all the pleasures prove. That valleys, groves, hills and fields, woods or steepy mountain yields, and we will up on the rocks, seeing the shepherds feed their flocks, by shallow rivers to host falls, melodies of birds singing madrigals, and it will make the thebes of roses, and a dozen fragrant posies, a cup of flowers, and a kirtle, embroidered all white leaves of myrtle, a gown made of the finest wool, which from our pretty lambs we pull, fair lined slippers for the cold, with buckles of the purest gold, a belt of straw, and ivy buds, with coral clasps and amber studs, and if these pleasures may be thee move, come lie with me and be my love. The shepherds swine shall dance and sing, for the delight each May morning. If this delight thy mind may move, then lie with me and be my love. The literary devices in the poem are three, that are heroic couples. Heroic couples are pairs of rhyming lines writing in iambic pentameter. Each line have 5 lines. Pairs of stressed and unstressed syllables. They help to produce a beautiful rhythm poem. The other literary devices used in this poem is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of initial consonant sounds and is used through the poem. For example, line 21, the shepherds swain should dance and sing. Author used this device to make words roll off the tongue. It gives also beautiful sound to the poem. The other literary device is pastoral verse, that is a word that depicts the simple pleasures of rural life. What pastorals all have in common is their idealized portrayal of rustic life. This is a device used to combine the beauty of the relationship the couple could have together with the beauty of a rustic life. The elements making this poem is the tone. The tone of the poem is thoughtful, contemplative, and dreamy, with the proposition given by the narrator to his love and the form of life he is proposing. This helps to set the mood of the proposal, the kind of love and inspiration of the narrator. The other element is the subject, beautiful of rustic life. Being a pastoral, the poem has a subject on the beauty of pastoral life, which was loved by the people in that time. This helps to make the proposal of the author a more contemplative and beautiful one. The other element is diction. During the poem, the author uses a very simple language. Also, he uses a lot of landscape description and imagery to create an atmosphere of peace and rural life. The way he uses rhymes and structures helps to make the poem beautiful in the way what it was writing, to make it easier to appreciate in the aesthetic and sound. That are the two poems with his elements and literary debate. Thank you.